All right, so for the next one, we now want to convert from ordinary form, standard form into ordinary form and go backwards, right? So we're going to go from standard form into ordinary form. So just basically remove the decimal and make it into an ordinary, we remove the 10 to the power of the number, sorry, and then make it into an ordinary number. So let's suppose I've got 0.03, no, let's suppose I've got it in standard form, 3.03 times 10 to the power of -3. I've got 6.4 times 10 to the power of 2. Now I want to convert it into ordinary form. Now let's analyze how this is actually looking. The first thing I'm noticing here is that over here, I have to take that decimal over there and move it somehow to get that out of the way. Now initially, we said if this number goes down, the decimal moved right from somewhere. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep those two things. So when the decimal goes right, right means down power, left means up power. This is a down power, so then the decimal has moved from the left to the right by 3 spaces. So I have to go 3 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3. Move the decimal there, put a 0, 0, and a 0 over there, and get it to 0.00303. And now I have it in ordinary form. This one has gone up, so it moved left by 2. I'm going to move it right by 2 now. 1, 2, and it becomes 640. Another way to do this, you could also use a different method where you change this into 1 over 10 to the power of +3, which is 1 over 1,000, and then multiply it. So take 3.03 divided by 1,000, and it will give you that after you move it over. And this one here would be 6.4 times 100, because 10 to the power of 2 is 100, and that gives you 640. So there's two ways of doing this. Method 1, using the reverse of that, starting from the power, and method number 2, changing the 10 into a number or a fraction, and then multiplying it by the initial number. All right, let's try these questions now. You want to convert it from standard form into ordinary form. Question 1, 3.04 times 10 to the power of -2. Question number 2, 6.5763 times 10 to the power of 3. And question 3, 2.14 times 10 to the power of -1. All right, see if you can convert each of those into ordinary form. Okay, give it a go. Try. So remember, here we're going down the power, this one's going up, and this one's going down. Downwards, remember, it has moved left from somewhere. Up meant it moved, no, sorry. Down meant that it moved right from somewhere. Up meant it moved left from somewhere. Down meant it moved right from somewhere. So we've got to go in the opposite direction of the motion, right? So this is going to go 2 spaces to the left, 1, 2. Put a 0 there and a 0 there, and put the decimal in between there. So that gets me to 0.0304. And if I go left here, came from the left hand side, so this goes 1, 2, 3. This will become 6576.3. And this one over here started from the left, so it's going to go right, goes to 0.214. And so that becomes 2.14, this becomes 6576.3, and it becomes 0.0304. All right, so if I had to go right, remember twice, two, I would have to then move it down. What do we can use method number two, remember method number two if you like that. Divide this by 10 squared, which is 100. This one is 1,000, so multiplied by 1,000. This one divide by 10. And that would get us to the same solution. Because that is 1 over 100. And that is 1 over 10. Remember that 10 to the power of negative n is 1 over 10 to the power of